see what you guys can see. Let's try this. That should be right. Yeah, they got this dumb sign in the way. All right. Oh, of course, now with the static where it's leaking. Are you kidding me? Why is this mess on? Man, it's crap. Yeah. How does it sit? It's not letting me know that you got some. But we're still doing the custom work. Custom work on the inside of the hood and deck lid of this 1964 Chevrolet Impala. Custom. Great car. Last video, we made our templates. Now we're going to trace them down on aluminum and probably going to paint. Well, we're not going to do that today. What we're going to do is trace it down. I'm going to fix this corner. I bought it kind of jacked up. I'm going to trace out these. I'm using aluminum because aluminum is easier to cut and it can take the heat. What's going on, May? It can take the heat being over the motor. My goal is to paint all of them. Well, to paint them the Chevy engine red. It's like an orange red, burnt orange. To paint them all that color. But I do want to see what it's going to look like just polished. So that's what we're doing right now. Getting this stuff started. There are 4 other videos that go before this one. So if you want to see each step, you can. I'm going to get busy, not do a lot of talking. Not going to be a long video. Before I start drawing, I'll know to go on the inside. Anything that's not smooth, I can smooth it with a grinder edge. So I'm not really tripping off that. Now, one trick that may not be obvious, my straight lines, which are here. I hate how this thing keeps zooming in. My straight lines, which are here, my longest straight lines, and across here, I'm using the corner, I'm using the edge to make that a straight line. So just taking advantage of the natural makeup of the media. See that? Edge it like that. That's two. And you're gonna see how many we can get out of one sheet. Ooh. Chat's kind of in the way. Want to make sure you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. You know what? Let me put it in. Of course, that's when my wife chooses to call. And I've been calling her all day. I'm pretty sure you can see. I know you can see this. Okay. Now, again, this doesn't have to be absolutely perfect because the grinder is going to smooth out the edges, and this is up under the trunk. So, see if we can get another piece. Oh, crap. Come on, it's so close. Don't do me like that. Okay, try this way. No, reverse that way. Okay. Looks like I can barely get it in. Check out how close this is. But remember, when you own the company, everything you waste is your money. So you want to make sure there's no wasted effort. Or resources. What's up, Devin? All right. So we can put these pieces back. That piece goes over there. No. This goes here. piece goes here. Now this would be a great time to have a CNC machine, which I have access to one at the university, but there's something about doing it the old-fashioned way. Some stuff you just want to see that you can do it, at least for the first time. Once you know you can do it, you can start taking shortcuts. Now, what you do not cut just the aluminum. You get another big piece of cardboard or wood. That's actually too thick. I got some cardboard around here, but I can get some at work. Like what I cut this out of, big sheet like this, and then tape it to the aluminum so it's not jumping around, and then cut the cardboard and the aluminum at the same time, and your pieces will come out good. We did these 4 pieces, but we didn't do these 2. So I say, let's go ahead and get these 2 done. And it's the same thing we did yesterday. But why not kill a little time? I'm not going to be in a rush to finish this. I got a lot of stuff to do today. I'm going to get this one. I'm going to get this one done. Now on these I could have done myself a little bit of a favor. I could have tried to cut them closer, and just to be honest, I didn't, because I knew I was going to have to adjust it anyway. But at the end of the day, it did not help me doing that. Okay. Yeah. So we drew off. I already see something I don't like. I don't know if I should fix it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna fix it on the metal portion. Because I know what's wrong, and I'm not gonna forget. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut these cardboard to make it fit. I'm just gonna cut it right here and get good stuff. Never a good idea. See, that's being lazy. Never a good idea to cut on the car you paint. That's creating unnecessary problems for yourself. All right. This gotten out of the way. I should be able to cut that aluminum with the same blade I'm cutting the cardboard with. Here I'm cutting closer to the line. Let me see how this fits. What in the world? All right. So we see I gotta come in here, yeah, pretty much all the way across. So I'm gonna mark that off with the car. I'm gonna mark it off here, go all the way in. Yeah, see, it's just a series of fine cuts. What's up, Laurie? I'm gonna try to trim. Sorry about that. Oh, definitely need a cameraman back. But let's try it again. Okay. Fits a little better. I think I need to widen this, flatten this down. I'm gonna try that. See what it did. It's like I need to cut from here to here. I need to take this down from there to about there. Theoretically, the more cutting and shaping you do on the cardboard, the less you have to do on the metal. Okay, seal cut from here to here, and I got to take here all the way to there. Bam. Bam. Now, theoretically, I should be able to invert this and it fit here, which it does. So what we're going to do is just trace this out of this. And all things being equal, it should work. Yeah, let's take it over here. What we're gonna do is just trace that on that, invert them, should be good, and we should be banging. Turn on the juice, see what shakes loose. Okay. Something didn't go right. Looking like it's just off along the bottom. Now, how I missed that, I don't know. So, let's cut it again. You'd rather cut off too little than too much. You can always take more off. You cannot put more back on. Now, if some of you guys are wondering about the edges not being smooth and 100% round, the grinder's going to take care of that. So, bing, bing. Okay. So now we have all of our templates done. We've traced them out on our sheet. But check this out. We may be able to just use one sheet. We got a spare. Now the spare is always for mistakes. So if you wonder why I'm not drawing these dead center of the middle of it, when you own the company, scrap you lose money on. Okay? So if it's doing it, whatever you're doing it for, your project budget is going to suffer if you're not careful with your resources. So we're going to try to cut everything out of one sheet, which is why CNCs are so valuable. But I got to be my own CNC. Now, if I can do this by, ooh, that's a nice Mustang. My son wants a Mustang. We're supposed to be getting it for him this fall. I think this is good. So we're going to trace these two. And then we'll have that done. I'll come back home with a big sheet of cardboard to tape on the back of it. And you cut the cardboard and the aluminum so the aluminum doesn't vibrate on you real bad. So let me, thanks for those likes. So, in just a half hour, we got our templates placed, traced on one sheet, minimizing scrap. We got an extra sheet in case we have any problems. We got all of our templates cut and properly fitted. Well, most of them are cut. Now, this is going to take some finessing, but I can do that with the grinder. Yeah. So, you know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think I'm going to like that aluminum. So when I cut the aluminum first, why is there a wasp in here? I bet you must not want to live long. Um, yeah, I'm gonna see if I like it polished, and if I like it polished, I might not get the mirrors. I might just polish the aluminum and do the trunk and the hood myself. 'Cause, I mean, I think the way you do it is you just take WD-40 and keep going over it until it's more reflective. But I can find out. I know the people who know how to do it. I think you just use yeah, WD-40 and a scuffing pad. But we'll see. We'll see. I really want to do the colors of the motor, but I might love it because I do have this aluminum color on the motor. So you open it up, it would work. Maybe I can do both. I'm going to put some etching primer on it, so the etching primer will stick to the metal, and then the metal. Um, then I will put the engine paint onto the aluminum, so it will bond with the etching primer. Yeah. So that is what we were shooting for. Actually got through it with little, if any, problem. And I'm going to hang this up. See? Cut it off. And I make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure that you hit the alarm button, the alarm bell, so you know when I'm going live. And you can see the projects as they're moving forward. Also, if you missed one, I label them. So I think this is going to be video number 4. So you'll be able to, you can go back and see from beginning to end how it started. And you can follow along as you do your car. You can leave any questions in the comments and I'll answer them. Post a picture of your car on the community page. And I'm going to give you guys the Impala one more time. I guess I could cut the lights on, huh? All right, that makes a little bit of a difference. Again, 1964 Chevrolet Impala Super Sport. Custom. Got to figure out how I'm gonna work these lights back here. Custom Continental kit. Blinds. Yep, you did see that. 327 motor. That's what it generally comes with, this car. 327. You did have bigger motors, but why play it? You got 13s on it. Why am I going to act like this is a race car? This is a one-off handmade dashboard. I made it out of fiberglass. Dayton spokes. Look at that. Love it. And last but not least, never least, our Continental kit covers. So, thinking mirrors, but I may go polished aluminum in here. I may do color, polished aluminum, or color and polished aluminum. I may do polished aluminum across here and colors right here. I want to do the colors because everybody has mirrors. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll talk to you guys soon. Definitely leave any questions or comments in the comments.